And we're live. Oh no. Where's Brian going?
He must have something better to do.
March 23rd was a birthday. I figured I'd join the festivities. I don't know about that. Like, come on. Skip, when's my birthday?
I thought your birthday was in September.
Yeah, it actually is. But you know what? If Kyrie can disappear and go for his own birthday, I can and wear the mask and do all of that. Who cares? Come on, guys. Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now. Just know that you are locked down to the point with
Skip
and the King. You guys know where to find us by now. You guys know where to find Simon. SimonBroder.com, Amazon.ca, running the point. You guys know where to find me on all social media platforms at King Hussein. But we do have our favorite person right there, Andrew Reece. You know, I know you for years. You guys can find him on Facebook, the Reece Report. You guys know I've been saying this every episode that this is where I go for my sports news, whether it's basketball, football, hockey, baseball. I don't care. This is where I go, and I go to him. Shout out to you, my man, Andrew Reece. Can you give the guys anywhere they can find you? By the way, Skip, Dougie J is on Twitter. I love when you guys talk shit to him.
I told you, you're going to have that beat machine, man.
Yeah. Can they find you anywhere else, Andrew?
I am on Twitter and Instagram, but really all my content is done on the Reece Report, so you guys can find me there on my page on Facebook.
Okay. So, guys, Andrew, I love having you on this. But since we're talking about birthdays, how about everybody got a birthday gift today? It was Kyle Lowry's 35th birthday, March 25th. And guess what? Skip, what have I been saying for so long? He's staying!
You called it. I gotta give it to you. You called it. He's staying.
He's staying! That's it! It's over! But, however, there was one Raptor that I did think that was going to stay, but did not, unfortunately, did not, which is Norman Powell. And Andrew Reece, I got to ask you about this. How do you feel about Norman Powell today leaving the Toronto Raptors?
He will be missed, but I think the Raptors had to make a tough decision because I don't think they wanted to pay him. They felt like they had their 3 building blocks in place, and you can't pay.
Who's their 3 building blocks?
Van Vliet, Siakam, and OG. Those are the 3 guys they're going to build this team around. And you can't pay Powell $20 million to be a bench time, sometimes starter, if you're going to build a championship team. So I don't think they had a choice. I think they had to trade him, get something back for him. We'll talk about what they got back for him, which I'm not 100% sure about. But they had to trade him. Now, they didn't get rid of Kyle, but we'll get into that.
So are you okay with Norman Powell leaving the Raptors? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it because they were not going to re-sign him. So getting something for him is better than getting nothing for him.
We should get into what they got for him, which is Gary Trent Jr.
That's what I was going to ask you in a minute, Skip.
Yeah.
So you're okay with that, right, Drew?
Oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with them trading him, but what they got for him, I'll leave that up to Skip to talk about.
Okay, now Skipper, what happened, man? What happened? Why do you have to go? And what do we get? What are we doing?
So I actually like the return we got. So we got Gary Trent Jr. He's
Really?
22. He's 22. He's on his rookie deal. He's making, I don't know how much, but he's a restricted free agent after this year, making very little money, like $3 million.
He's only making $3 million. Yes.
Yeah.
Throw up that graphic, Skip. Throw up that graphic.
Yeah. We'll throw it up there. So Gary Trent Jr. is the main piece coming back. You kind of look at him as a mini Norman Powell, a younger version of Norman Powell.
Yep.
A guy who can score. He's not going to be quite the driver. He's not going to be quite the dynamic scorer that Norm is, but he's putting up 15 points a game this year, which is really not nothing. Like that's a notable scoring. That was like Norm last year or something. And he's still only 22. He plays, from what I've seen, he plays some pretty solid defense. It might be a slight upgrade from Norm there. I think it's probably a wash. Sort of depends how he slots in. But he's a really exciting player. I think he's a 39% three-point shooter is what I heard. So he's going to be able to fit in that starting lineup, or maybe as a bench piece. But I think he's going to fit in very well in one of their lineups. And I think if they can get him back next year on a decent restricted contract, it will be like it'll be exactly what I said they should trade Norm for, which is I said they should get a guy who's similar to Norm but more controllable. So I think that's exactly what they were going for. And then you get to the second piece of the trade, which is Rodney Hood, who has been, this microwave scorer off the bench in the past. But
instant gratification. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, seriously.
That's a little bit of Drake going on there, Simon.
Seriously.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Hold on. No. We're not going there.
All right, I'm not going to show you who was calling me there.
Right.
Anyway,
we're not going to go there.
Back to what I was saying. Rodney Hood, microwave scorer off the bench, who has sort of been injured and sort of a little washed up. He's actually, from what I heard, the Raptors can actually decline his option or waive him.
That is correct.
He's not guaranteed.
Yes.
So he's kind of like one of these guys. You bring him in, you see if he's got anything left. If he doesn't, you just cut him. You forget about it.
Hey, LeBron already cut him.
I'm not worried about the Rodney Hood part of the trade. He could be nice if you get lucky, but mostly this is about Gary Trent Jr. being mini Norm. And I don't mind the deal. I think they had a lot of options, and this is the guy they went with. And I hope we can see some production out of him.
My initial reaction to this, Brian, was I didn't like the trade, but Skip is absolutely right when I looked back at it. Hood can be released after this year, so that doesn't bother me as much, whereas I thought at first we'd have to keep him for next year at $10 million. And you get Gary Trent, who's only making $3 million, who has upside, who is mini Norman Powell. I mean, that's what he's going to be.
And you actually have a fun fact that I would hope that you would share with our viewers about this trade and about one of those players.
I have a fun fact. Well,
who was their father?
Well, this is interesting. So years ago, Raptors fans went nuts when we traded Mighty Mouse, Mr. Damon Stoudemire.
Yes.
And we got Gary Trent's dad.
You're right, coming through save the day.
So that's very interesting to me. But I don't think Norman Powell is on the level of Mighty Mouse, but he was a good player that we all loved. But it was a trade that had to be made. And if you look at this trade, like in reality, they are not only getting a young piece who could become Norman Powell, but they're also saving cap space. So this is a good trade if you think the Raptors are still going to be a competitive team going forward.
And I think that's an important note, is that I think a lot of people were thinking, okay, they're trading all these guys. They're going to be tanking. They're going to go down to the lottery. They're going to punt this season completely. I don't think that was ever their plan. I think their plan was, we got 3 guys. We're going to be good. We need to be good in the next 2 or 3 years to capitalize on OG's prime, Pascal's prime, all these guys' prime. So I think it was just a matter of if you're not going to bring Norm back, let's get someone who will be on the team next year. I think that was really all it was about. I think it was,
and cheaper.
It's not like tank, go to the lottery, start over. It's let's take a step back, look at our options, and maybe think about next year instead of this year.
I also find it very interesting and notable that if you look at all the trades, which we haven't discussed yet, they got rid of all their bad defensive players who are basically not going to play under Nick Nurse. So that's That's another note.
100%. I noticed that too. I think they're really doubling down on defense with Gary Trent, and we're going to see the guys who are going to play are going to be the guys who could defend, and they're going to try and like you said, salvage a little bit of this season. Like they're probably not going to go to the finals this year, but yeah, they can probably sneak into that play-in tournament. I don't think it's out of the question.
And I don't think there'll be a lot of pressure on Trent to replace Powell because he's not going to start because they kept Kyle, which we'll get into coming up.
Skip, what you got to ask me?
What do I have to ask you?
Yeah. You're going to have to ask me what do I think. But you don't have to. I am so happy that the one and only Mr. Raptor, Kyle Lowry, was not traded. And the Raptors actually put out the statement that he is not going to get traded. It's unfortunate Norman Powell had to go, man. Like, I really like the guy. Like, I really enjoyed watching it. I thought it was great. You know, Terrence Davis had to go. You know what really upset me was Matt Thomas being let go. But again, that's for a pick. We'll see what happens with
Utah
that
needs
one.
any more three-point shooting.
Hey,
They needed a roster spot for Rodney Hood, and I think they just weren't going to play those guys. That's
No,
what
they weren't.
Are you guys kidding me? Look at Utah. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously?
They are going to shoot threes the entire rest of their lives. That team. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah, and they're going to destroy it.
You know what they remind me of? They remind me of the Orlando Magic when Dwight Howard was there.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, interesting.
They have Gobert in the middle, who's a defensive player of the year, who can score some points and defend, but the rest of the team shoots threes. So that's.
But more importantly, what we got to say about that, guys, is what you guys got to say about it, and you guys keep letting us know. I've been engaging with you guys on Facebook, so is Skip. You guys know where to find Andrew Reece. Make sure you guys go down there, click subscribe, click like. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel. We will take care of it for you guys. Okay? On behalf. Oh, yeah, by the way. Shout out. Can I say this? Guys, last night, first time, all female NBA broadcasters, and they were all Canadian. Oh my God. By the way, I love you, Caperness. You're so sweet. That was amazing. Okay? But you guys, let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel. Tell us. Shout out there to my man, Andrew. And we will talk to you guys soon on behalf of Skip and Andrew. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and
peace.